Hi, I'm Marielina Junette F from BSN 203 and I'm going to report about the Philippine mythological creatures. When someone mentions mythical creatures, do you think of something creepy or scary or have your own stories regarding experiences that you have encountered? Well, that's just it. Some of us believe in it, but half of us are not. Let us just say that Philippine mythological creatures are part of the birth of Philippine Islands. It may contain stories that give Filipinos creativity in such stories. Or as for it, do you think most of them serve as a discipline for us? Just like taking advantage for the unusual appearances of the creatures that may scare the children from them to obey. Although there are no evidences or scientific researches for any of these creatures, many of the Filipinos, especially in the rural areas, who really believes in their existence. There are paranormal experts that gives meaning in it and informations about what they have seen by their extra senses in which a normal person can see. Today, I'm going to share you some of the Philippine mythological creatures that exist in the world of imagination. Or is it a reality? For you to understand and learn more about the ancient beliefs and wonders, we have the supernatural and unnatural creatures, legendary creatures, and spiritual creatures. The supernatural and unnatural human creatures may scare most of us because of their unusual physical appearances, and they have their own magical powers to control us in some aspects, which can harm normal humans. On my list is the top 3 most believing creatures in the Philippines. The first is the aswang. Here is the aswang at the treetop. They say that this is the Filipino version of vampire. This myth usually popular from the Visayas region, which is Capiz, Antique, and Iloilo. They drink the fresh blood of living humans, especially the fetus from the pregnant women. They say vampires smells pregnant women as a which then fulfilling their sense of taste. Second, the mangkukulam. What is the mangkukulam? They are also called bruja with a voodoo doll. She has a dark magic which casts spells on her enemies. And last is the duende. They are also called goblins. They are really scary and they bring good fortune of or bad fate to humans. They usually live in houses, underground, small hills, trees, usually in rural areas. Some people believe you must lend some food outside your house for the duendes will give you good fortune and don't play with you with a naughty way. Always mutter words with respect like tabi-tabi po for them not to bother. They usually came out 12 noon for an hour and during the night. And let's talk about the legendary creatures that made by our ancient Filipinos. It was believed that they really exist. These were the top 3 most talked about. First is the sirena. Sirena. Uh, it is usually in the prime time series, which called Jezebel. She's human at the upper body and a fishtail at the lower extremities. She attracts fishermen and tourists. She's harmless and taking good care of the ocean. The second is the Maria Makiling from the mountain of Laguna, an inactive volcano. She was a princess that time that fell in love with a mortal, which is unlawful in their tribe. And last is Bernardo Carpio, a big strong man who got struck within a cave in Montalban, Rizal. And last, the very last, is the spiritual ghost. They call it multo. Comes from the Spanish word muertos, which means dead. Superstitious Filipinos believe that some kind of multos, often a spirit of their former kin that regularly visits them. They are a lot in cemeteries and churches. They are spirits that didn't bless or they have the mission to take revenge. That's why they are in the purgatory between the heaven and hell. They are the most scariest when exist because they are like this. See the one from the right side? She's a ghost within the Philippine true stories. These are the creatures that influences or gives creativity and popularity in the world of art in the Philippines. Believe it or not, they exist but not physically. They are in the minds of our great Filipino contributors to imagine life with superstitions. Many people thus encounter these creatures. As for our respect, just don't argue with them because we have our own control if we tolerate it. And as long as you have strong faith in God, nothing or no one will harm you. You can believe them, but usually reject them for you not to see them.